morning to everyone. Actually now good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here with you and with all friends, starting from the Minister of Tourism, Michel Zazou, with whom we established a very fruitful, deep cooperation, but also deeper friendship. He is not only a colleague of ours, but is also a real friend. And I would like to thank all the organizers of this important event today. Of course, welcome also to the Governor of the Red Sea. And I think it's important, the event today, because it takes place in a moment, in a positive moment. A moment where Italy, Europe, the international community are all trying to send a positive signal to Egypt to restart full-fledged cooperation in different areas. And of course, tourism is one of the main areas for Egypt's economy and for Italian-Egyptian cooperation. The positive signal that the international community is trying to send has its own reason, because we just passed the presidential elections in Egypt, which are supposed, and this is our hope, our common hope, to bring about some genuine stability in this country after 3.5 years of difficulties, turbulent transition. So we wish to the new Egyptian authorities all the best for successful work to stabilize the country and to restart economic development. Let me also remind you that Italy, as a country traditionally friend to Egypt and a strong partner, we have been among the first European countries to send our messages of congratulations to also to the new president, Egyptian President Sisi. Our head of state, President Napolitano, congratulated with him. He sent a message. There was also a telephone call between our Prime Minister and President Sisi a few days ago, and our Foreign Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mogherini. She also said she made some statements congratulating the new president for his election and wishing a positive mandate based on economic development, reforms, stability, and of course the continuation of a democratic process according to the roadmap which was launched 1 year ago. So we are in a positive mood, and we need to build on this positive spirit. Few comments and few remarks about tourism specifically, though I don't want to get too much into details because I think we will have later on further opportunities to discuss the subject. But the figures that Minister Zazou showed indicated clearly that Europe is, again, even in the tourism, in the area of tourism, is the main partner of Egypt. And we think it's very important that Egypt continues to look at Europe and Europe continues to look at Egypt. Italy will take over the presidency of the EU in July for 6 months, and one of our intentions is to strengthen the Mediterranean dimension of the EU policy, and Egypt, of course, will be at the center of this Mediterranean policy. And tourism also can offer here some opportunities. It's something we can discuss maybe later on, but We could, for example, during our semester of presidency, envisage some event to launch further initiatives in this important area for the Egyptian economy, an exchange of best practices, for example, a workshop. We, as Italy, are open to support this kind of initiatives. In the figures that were shown by Minister Zazoux, are in a situation where we saw in the last 3 years certainly a decline in the number of Italian tourists. I mean, it is a fact due to the political instability in this country. And you saw the peak was reached in 2010, 1,140,000 something tourists was a significant figure. It was the annus horribilis was 2011, where it was halved, the number of Italian tourists, 500,000. 2012, there was already an upward trend, 700,000 and something. Last year, unfortunately, was also a year of turbulence, and immediately the figure went down to 500,000. I can add that in the first 3 months of this year, I think we have seen around 80,000 tourists. But of course, I mean, January, March is not always the best season to measure the potentiality of the influx of new tourists. I think that our goal should be to go back to the levels of 2010. And I'm sure that, I'm confident that we can do that if, on the one hand, stability will consolidate in Egypt, and this is the first, of course, precondition. And second, if we work together, Italy and Egypt, a common strategy, medium, long-term strategy on how to create further incentives and reasons for tourists to come back. We know that the reasons to come to Egypt are plenty, and that's why we had in the past all these tourists. I think we have to recreate and add further reasons to bring Italian tourists back. And I would be very happy to contribute also personally to the drafting of a common strategy that could be done with all stakeholders, governments, but governments are not sufficient, also the private sector, the tour operators, and to try to think together of a series of steps that could lead us over time to the return of those very high numbers that we had in 2010. Let me very shortly just add one point, actually 2 points. One is that there has been a lot of discussion also in the media, and we understand, I mean, rightly so, about the travel warning that somehow was adopted by European countries, and also not only European countries, also other countries, and that penalized the tourism sector here in Egypt. And I think that this is an important factor. There is a full awareness in the European capitals about the consequences also of the putting a travel warning, which is a warning and it's not a ban. This also should be very well understood. Italy was very forthcoming, and when immediately the day after the lifting of the state of emergency, 14 November last year, we lifted also our travel warning on all the touristic sites of Egypt, the sea destination, but also the destination of ancient Egypt, the destination of antiquities, and so on. So we immediately did our job. Unfortunately, a few months ago, after this terrible incident in Taban, we were forced together with other European countries to reintroduce the travel warning for South Sinai. And this is still on, but this should be seen as a dynamic process. The monitoring of the security situation in South Sinai is continuous, is ongoing, and I do hope that when conditions will mature, we will be able to come to a decision that we can lift it. We are not there yet, to be honest. We have to be honest, but we continue to monitor the situation and in close contact with the Ministry of Tourism. But and this is the point I would like to make. We should not talk about only the travel warning, because this is only one aspect of the problems of an area like tourism, which is multidimensional. It has too many different aspects. If you want really to be successful in bringing tourists back, there is a need to work on many different sectors, from information, as Mr. also said, the promotion through the media, in a proactive way of the image of Egypt. There is the security dimension, there is the environmental direction, there is also the dimension of culture, very important, and I think I would like to see in the future more Italian tourists coming to the ancient Egypt, which is amazing. I mean, sites which really deserve to be seen and visited, and we should work on that. It's not only about the sea destination, but also about Luxor, Aswan, Abu Simbel, and other sites. And also about it's also about investments, infrastructures. I think there is a need to improve the infrastructure for tourism and the quality of services, to encourage tourists to come back in a big scale. Let me finish on that. It's not only dimension, we will discuss it maybe later on, not the dimension of tourists coming to Egypt, but also investors in the sector of tourism. And here, I think also we can work together to create the best possible environment, open environment, conducive to foreign investments in the sector of tourism. And if the environment is there, I'm sure that the Italians will be the first. But I think we have an opportunity to get deeper into this discussion in the round table later on. Thank you very much. Shukran Jazeelan.